Guys, real quick, I want to ask you to pray for my neighbor. Today, me and my son was sitting out on my porch, and we were just talking. We had either my dog or his big, massive chocolate lab out there. But we were sitting out there talking, and all of a sudden, I looked up, and one of my neighbors, she's a lady. Uh, she lives in the house with her and her daughter. I think she's probably in her early 30s. But her and her daughter live there. Her uh, I don't know if they're divorced yet or not, but the ex-husband, or they might still be married. I don't know if they're divorced or not. But the ex-husband or the husband, he don't live there, but he comes around with the father and helps to take care of the house, and do a lot of. I mean, they painted this place. They cut all the trees back. They keep this place up for this woman and her daughter. Now, they her this woman, she moved into this house across the street. It's not directly across, but it's across the street. And since she moved in there, I don't know. She knows one of the neighbors is why she bought the house. But I wave at everybody, folks. I sit out on my porch. I could be out there at 1 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, all the way, any time of the day. I could be sitting out on my porch with my dog. And I go out there and I smoke a couple cigarettes and I let my dog go out or whatever. And but I leave everybody alone. I don't care what they're doing as long as it doesn't mess with me or come to my yard or my house. Everybody knows this about me. And but this one woman, she really has never. I wave at her when she leaves. She don't ever look at me or anything. Um, I kind of feel bad because I mean all the neighbors around. I've been in this neighborhood for I think 5 years now, and most even the neighbors that live way down the street wave at me and shit when they go by. But this woman really, she don't. I don't know if she just shy or what it is, but she never waves at me or nothing. But I always wave whenever she goes by. Her daughter goes out. I see her daughter getting on the bus to go to school in the mornings and stuff. And but today she was out cutting her grass, and one of my other neighbors, he's been cutting the grass for a couple of years, but for some reason she was out there cutting her grass today, and me and my son sitting on the porch talking, and all of a sudden I look up, and this she's flat on her back, laying on the ground, lawnmower running. No, the lawnmower wasn't running. When she fell, she lost the grip and it cut off. I think something. But I look up, me and my son's having a conversation. He's messing with his dog. Oh, it was his dog, so it was the lab that was out there. But he's messing with his dog, and I said, "Man, she fell," and boom, I was gone. Headed across. I was headed over there to help her. And my son, he's sitting there messing with his dog, and he goes, "She fell." And by the time he turned around, he said, I was already 3/4 of the way to her house. Now he yelled out, he still had his dog, and he yelled out to the woman. He said, "Are you all right?" As I'm headed over there, I'm already almost on her. And she goes, "Yeah." She's laying on her back. as I'm running up on her. And I looked down, I said, "You all right?" And she's going, "Yeah." But she's shaking real bad, laying on the ground shaking. And I said, "Are you sure you're all right?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I said, You don't want me to call an ambulance or anything? What happened?" She looked at me and said, "No, do not call an ambulance." And she starts telling me and my son she's got some kind of cancer and they got her on some kind of pill for this cancer. And she thought she could get out here and do this or whatever. So I'm looking at her. I'm 175 pounds, 60-year-old, and no muscle. She was she's bigger than me. Let's just put it like that. I'm looking at her and I go, she's going up. She goes, "I'll be all right if you once I crawl over there to the front porch." And I'm going, she's got about 30 feet to crawl. And I'm going, "No, you ain't crawling nowhere." And about this time, my son, he put the dog up, and he come running over. Now he's a big boy. He's big. He's got the muscle to handle this situation. I don't. So I we're like, "Hey, are you all right?" And she goes, if you guys can help me get over to my stoop there, and I'll be all right and stuff. So we were like, all right. And so we're helping her stand up. Now, really, I wasn't really thinking. I didn't see her slam to the ground or nothing. All I know is I looked over and she was cutting the grass. Next time I looked over, she was laying flat on the ground. So I'm going by her word that she's telling me these drugs that for her cancer uh, is what's caused her to fall, and not to call the ambulance because then she'll end up having to go to the hospital. And so I was like, all right. And I'm the same way. Unless I'm bleeding out, don't take me to the damn hospital. I'll set my own freaking bones and shit. I ain't going to that hospital. So I thought me and my son stand there and we're like, all right, you want us to help you up? And she said, yeah. And she's telling us how to do it. And she's no judge. She's not a small woman. Uh, so me and my son got her stood up. I couldn't have done it by myself, but my son might have. We got her stood up and we're walking her back, and she's worried about the damn lawnmower. Going, don't worry about the lawnmower. I put the lawnmower in your garage and do what if you want to lock it down, shut it. We'll shut it down. She's got a button for it in the house, so she's like, if you just get me to the porch and everything, so I can go right in my back door, I'll be fine. So me and my son pretty much took her and put her in her back door, and she was like, "Thank you" and everything. I took her lawnmower and put it in her garage, and she shut the garage door. Well, I wasn't thinking no more about it, and I come out the door, and my son was telling the guy that lives right next door to her what he was out there with him, and he was telling him what happened, and he was like, "What? No, man, she's got problems and stuff." So he ended up getting a hold of somebody because he was worried that she might be hurt inside. So he went ahead and called somebody and got them over there that can get in the house and check on her. And they ended up leaving. So I don't know what's going on with it. So guys, I'm asking you guys tonight, Don't pray for me. Don't pray for. Let's just all get together in this after this video and pray for this woman that lives across the street from us. She's got a young daughter that's and I think maybe in I think she's in junior high. She's not very old. If you guys will pray for her, I'll pray for her, and we'll all get some prayers going for her and see if we can help her. All right, guys. Love you. Let's see what we can do. Till the next one.